When I realised that it's okay to struggle, it's okay for this to be hard work, it's okay to be in this season of business where I'm working relentlessly, I was like, I can do it. You are watching the She Means Business show with me, Carrie Green. I'm the founder of the Female Entrepreneur Association and the author of the best-selling book, She Means Business. And every single week, I'm going to be talking with you about how you can turn your ideas into a wildly successful business and actually live the life of your dreams. You can do this, and I'm so excited to show you how. So let's get started. Oh, hello! I am so happy that you're here. I'm really excited to actually chat with you about this topic. So the reason I am filming this is because last night I was having a conversation with somebody and we ended up talking about the fact that there's people out there who seem to portray or make out that building a business should be easy breezy and it's like this amazing thing where you can work 3 hours a week or something and you can be living this amazing life and it doesn't have to be work and I don't know, I see lots of random things, I see lots of things and a part of me gets really angry with it because I just think that it puts out a false message to people, especially people who are at the beginning of their entrepreneurial journey. They're at the beginning of turning their ideas into a successful business. And I think that it makes people feel like if they are struggling or if they are having to work really hard, that something must be wrong, that surely that's not the way it should be because all these people are saying you shouldn't be working really hard. It shouldn't be a struggle. It shouldn't be like that. And I just think, bugger off with that. Like, what a crock of shit, honestly. And I mean, it just really irritates me because it, like with anything, if you wanted to lose weight, you know that losing that weight is going to be tough. Like, you know that you're going to have to put in a lot of work and hard work and dedication to be able to, you know, get to the weight that you want to be. You're going to have to work out. You're going to have to push yourself. You're going to sweat. You're going to hurt. It's going to be painful. You're going to have to be really disciplined to do it. No questions asked. You're going to have to be dedicated every single day, focused every single day if you want to lose that weight in, you know, a specific time frame, for example. Like, you know, it's not just going to be a walk in the park. And it's the same with anything. It's the same when you're building a business. If you are taking an idea that is in your head and trying to turn it into a successful reality, there are so many things you don't know how to do. Not only that, when you start a business and you're like literally working on your idea, you have so many, it's like the demons within us pop up and like, hi, I'm gonna hold you back, and we've got to confront all of our doubts and fears and worries and get over ourselves and deal with all that stuff. Like, the journey it takes you on from a personal development perspective is massive. It's like a rollercoaster ride in the bloody dark because half the time you have no idea where the hell you're going or what's going to happen. And I feel like it's so important to talk about this because when I realised that it's okay to struggle, it's okay for this to be hard work, it's okay to be in this season of business where I'm working relentlessly, I was like, I can do it. It enabled me to think I can do it. I stopped thinking there's something wrong with me, this isn't right, this isn't how it should be because blah-de-blah says it shouldn't be like this, blah-de-blah says it should be easy breezy, or make it seem like, oh, it's so easy, you don't have to do anything. Like, oh, please, come on, don't be silly. And so, like, because I remember when I was starting out, and you might have felt the same thing, like, sometimes when you are looking at other people and you're looking at their highlight reel on Instagram or wherever, or for example, if you go to the theatre and you watch a ballet, The people on the stage make it look absolutely effortless. They make it look so easy. And I remember looking around at other people in the past thinking, oh my gosh, why is it so easy for them? Why are they breezing through? They're in flow, everything's amazing, and it just feels like bloody hard work to me. And there was actually times when I would think, for example, if I went to the theatre and saw a ballet or whatever, I would come away thinking, oh, they're just so born with that talent. Like, what a gift. I wish I was born with the talent. What a load of nonsense. And I realised, a long time later, that was such a lie. Like, those people had worked so hard for that talent. Like, they had been so disciplined to be able to get to the level where they can get on stage and perform a ballet and make it look effortless. That takes work, and I wasn't acknowledging that. And when I did start to acknowledge it, and I realized everyone who is any good at anything has put in the time, the dedication, the work, the discipline, the focus, the persistence, the practice to get to where they are at, it made me realize I could be that person too. I can be the person that practices. I can be the person that's disciplined. I can be the person that decides that I'm gonna figure it out no matter what challenges arise, what obstacles arise, what setbacks, what struggles I experience, that I can figure out a way to keep going and to create the success that I want to create. And I think for me, I'm not saying that it should be hard work all the time, or we should be struggling all the time. But what I am saying is, when I realized that is kind of part of the journey, that it just took a weight off my shoulders. It freed me up to be like, I can do this. I can get through this. I can be that person. I stopped thinking there was something wrong with me and started thinking, there's something right here. I'm actually doing this. I'm actually going for it. It's pushing me outside my comfort zone. It's forcing me to learn new things. It's forcing me to figure this stuff out. And I'm going to keep going because I know I can be disciplined. I can practice. I can be persistent. I can keep going. There's an amazing quote that says, just because you're struggling doesn't mean you're failing. And sometimes I think that we confuse our struggles for feeling like we're failing when we're not. Sometimes, in fact, most of the time, my biggest breakthroughs come on the other side of a struggle that I have worked so bloody hard to get through. And I used to have this quote on my wall that said, successful people hang on when everyone else has let go. And I would look at that quote and I would think to myself, if there's one thing you can do, it's you can hold on. You might not have all the answers. You might not have this figured out. You might not even know how the bloody hell this is going to work out. You might not even believe right in this moment in time that you're going to make this work out. But you can hold on. And I thought, yeah, I can hold on. And I would just tell myself that all the time. And so I wanted to share with you some of the other things that have really helped me when I go through struggles, because I feel sometimes I go through struggles frequently. Sometimes it feels like every day a little struggle pops up. Some days are tougher than others. There have been moments throughout building my businesses where even with FEA, I remember in the early days, there were moments when I honestly contemplated giving it all up and getting a job at a supermarket where I didn't have to think, I didn't have to push myself, I didn't have to try every day to figure something out that I didn't know how to figure out. I didn't have to deal with my inner demons quite so, on quite such a crazy level, because I was in my, I could do something in my comfort zone. And I actually used to contemplate this. I remember once someone offered me a job and I came this close to taking it because it felt like an easier option. Because I didn't have to be alone trying to figure out this journey by myself, not having a clue what the hell I was doing, not knowing how it was going to work out, not knowing how the pathway would unfold. So I have experienced those moments over and over again. I've also experienced when you've created so much success, you think to yourself, can I keep this going? Can I keep making this amazing? Can I keep having success? And the fear of that, fear of losing it all, fear of thinking oh my gosh, what if I'm actually not good enough? What if this all falls apart? It is part of the journey. And it's crazy to think that it's not. It's crazy to think you can build a business sipping a margarita by a pool. That is just dumb. That is just really dumb. I'm not saying you can go and do it at some point. And I also feel like sometimes some of the people who are saying, it shouldn't be work. I sometimes think they're so far down the line, their businesses have evolved so much. They've got teams, they've got structure, they've got operations in place. They're in a completely different place. When they started out, I bet they bloody worked their butt off. I bet they were working hours and hours and hours a day. When I first started my business, and for the first few years, I worked any opportunity I got. And I know it's different for everyone, because some of you might have jobs, you know, you might be in a different situation, you might have kids. Like now, for example, for me with a kid, it's like totally different. But when I first got started and it was me, myself and I didn't have a job and I didn't have kids, I worked all hours of the day. I worked literally, I don't even know how many hours, but like sometimes I'd be there at 2-3 in the morning with square eyes because I've been staring at my laptop all day. I just was relentless, constantly learning, constantly testing, constantly trying, constantly trying to move forward. So anyway, I really want to share with you some things that have helped me deal with my struggles and the hard times. The first thing that I do whenever I feel like things are getting really, really tough, they're really hard work, or I'm really struggling, is I really try and create awareness around it, and I surrender. I try and release and let go of what it is I'm struggling with, and I just literally say, I surrender this. I am ready to let this go. And it's just me energetically, I think, saying to myself, I have acknowledged that I am struggling with this thing, and I am choosing to stop holding on so tightly to it and let this thing go. In the past, like one of my biggest struggles has been around money and having money blocks. Like I nearly ran FEA into the ground because I didn't believe I deserved to charge for anything. I believed that if I charged money for anything, that it would completely derail the whole project. And so I was really running it into the ground because everything I was doing was for free. And I got to a point where I had to surrender and realize I've got money blocks and I have to let this go. So just letting it go and saying, I surrender this. I surrender this money block. Like, I don't need you to be part of my life anymore. Thank you very much. So that in itself, I think, is a really powerful thing. And I actually remember watching a YouTube video of Oprah saying the same thing, saying, she was, I can't remember what it was specifically, but I'll try and find the video and link to it in the show notes. But she talks about how she just surrendered. And I was like, well, if this is good enough for Oprah, it's good enough for me. And I'm going to try this out. So yes, surrendering your struggles, acknowledging them and surrendering them. Thank you, struggle, but I don't need you to be part of my life anymore. I'll surrender this. I'm going to let it go. And the next thing is then to actually ask for guidance. And this is a bit woo-woo maybe, but who bloody cares? Like, if it works, and happy days. So when I say ask for guidance, like ask yourself, ask the universe, ask whoever you want to ask, whatever it is, but just put the statement out there. I know I don't have all the answers right now, but I'm willing to find the way, or say, please show me the way. I'm ready for the answers. I'm ready for the guidance. I'm ready for the support. I'm ready for the inspiration. I'm ready for the opportunities. I'm ready to understand and to see how I can move forward from this. I'm ready for the solution. I am ready for the solution. I am ready for the solution. And so just kind of like, again, it's like putting yourself into a different state of mind where you've let the resistance go towards the struggle, and you're saying to yourself out loud, to the universe, to whoever, whatever, just saying, like, I am ready for the solution. I am ready for the solution now. Please show me the way. And so often when I do this, it is crazy what transpires. The crazy things that pop up and start to evolve and start to happen when I let go and open myself up to receiving the solution. It's crazy. You don't have to have it all figured out. You don't have to have all the answers yourself. You just have to be open to it. It's literally like, just shift your focus from the problem to the solution. It's like if you ever watch the Esther Hicks Abraham videos. I know they're a bit out there for some people. I personally love them. But if you watch them on YouTube, she always says, or Abraham, whoever it is, calibrate with the solution, not the problem. And so often we're so calibrated to the problem that we allow ourselves to struggle even more. So it's like, yes, the struggles and the hard times and the hard work has to be put in, but we need to allow ourselves to calibrate with the solution more than we calibrate with the problem. So ask for that guidance. I put that out there and trust that you are going to get that guidance. So the third thing is then reframing, which we've already started to do. We've surrendered, let go of the resistance. You are asking for guidance. You're opening yourself up for guidance. And then thirdly, you can reframe in the sense of reframe. So sometimes our struggles and hard work that we have to put in can bog us down. So I like to make sure that I can stay focused mentally on feeling good. So like this is where I think the acceptance comes in, and knowing, okay, I'm going to work really, 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 really hard, but I'm going to try and make this as fun as I can possibly make it. Or even just simple things like listening to an inspiring podcast or watching inspirational videos on YouTube, and allowing myself to feel inspired and fired up on a daily basis so that I feel mentally so aligned with my dreams and connected with my dreams that it helps to fuel me, it helps to keep me going, and it helps me to create the success, but in a way that feels right for me, feels good for me. So that I find really helpful. Getting inspired, getting fired up, reframing so that I feel as good as I can feel. And that, like I said, helps me to get through those struggles and those tough times and the hard work. And then fourthly, just keep taking little steps. Little steps, little steps, little steps. That is what success is made of, little steps. It is not about reaching this huge goal, right? Like, it's about taking little steps, and eventually you do reach the big goal. And I think acknowledging that and knowing you just have to keep taking those steps, keep putting in the work, keep trying, keep experimenting, keep exploring, keep opening yourself up to the possibilities, and just keeping on going with it all. So those are the four things that really, really help me. The bottom line is that if we want to be good at anything in life, if we want to excel at anything, we want to create success in anything, there is a level of work and dedication and practice that has to go into it, because we need to hone our skills. We need to become amazing. And it takes something to become amazing at something. Like, it really requires a lot of us, and it's an amazing journey, because I think that's life. Like, we want that to feel that expansion within ourselves. We want to feel that growth within ourselves. I think that's truly, I mean, I can only speak for myself, but I think that's where fulfillment can come from. And, you know, it's not, sometimes it doesn't just take a couple of hours a day, or, you know, sometimes we do have to bloody work and work and work and work and work and work and work. And that's okay. Sometimes that's the season we're in. But I guess also it's listening to ourselves, listening to our intuition. Obviously, you don't want to put yourself in a situation where you're not listening to how you feel and then you burn yourself out. I think you have to be in tune with yourself. But that's for another day. Let's talk about listening to ourselves and intuition another day. But for now, if you are struggling, if you feel like it's hard, if you look at other people and think, oh, it's easy for them, they're in flow, it seems so perfect, it seems so effortless. It's not. It's really not. We all go through these struggles over and over and over and over again, and it's part of the journey, and we just need to take it on board and get excited about where we're going, where we're heading to, and the journey that we're on, and not beat ourselves up that it's hard for us or it's a struggle for us. You know, it's all part of the fun of it. And you have to tell yourself, I know I will get there one step at a time. I know I will get there one step at a time. I know I will get there one step at a time. So yeah, anyway, that's all I've got to say. If this has resonated with you, then definitely leave a comment, because I'd love to have a conversation around this with you and just, hear what your thoughts are. And like, do you ever see people trying to make out that this should be really easy and it shouldn't be hard work, and I don't know, you shouldn't have to just like work. I'm not saying you have to work all the time, but to think that we don't have to work hard and achieve amazing amounts of success is a bit of a nonsense. Come on. I think probably, I don't know, maybe you disagree with me, which is fine. But just leave me a comment. I'd love to chat more about it. And I really hope you've enjoyed this episode of the She Means Business Show. I will be back next week with another episode for you. So I will see you then. I hope you've loved this week's episode of the She Means Business Show. If you want more help and support to build a wildly successful business, then join hundreds of thousands of women and become an FEA insider. You'll get access to some of our amazing freebies, to our bonuses, to our giveaways, to so much good stuff. Head over to femaleentrepreneurassociation.com/insider to get all of the goodness. And I will see you next week for another episode of the She Means Business Show.